Bam, welcome to the show. This is the news. Welcome. It's been a minute. Well, one day. Exactly. Headlining the news, Lauren Khalil becomes the first woman to call play-by-play at a major CrossFit event. This being reported by the Morning Chalk Up. Who knows if it's true, but let's say it is. They go on to report, while women have been working as sideline reporters and in other areas of media coverage in the sport of fitness, the role of calling play-by-play has been exclusively male. A few years ago, I think CrossFit did a piece that was showing that 13 out of 17 of their media staff for the games were female. So it seems like it's dominated by females. This year, CrossFit reporter Lauren Khalil changed that when she became the first woman to call play-by-play at a major CrossFit competition during Tier Wadapalooza this January. Congratulations, Lauren. You deserve it. Great and committed character in the media scene for a long time, regardless of her genitalia. The role marked a breakthrough, not true, lie, in the sport, not just for Khalil and her career as a sports journalist, that part's true, but also for all women working in the CrossFit media space. Not true at all. The absolute lie and propaganda. Just because Lauren made it through and she's a woman doesn't do anything for other women. I do believe, unlike the Morning Chalk Up, the implication here is that the Morning Chalk Up is saying that she got this gig because she's a woman. I want to state that she did not get this gig because she's a woman. She got it based on her merit. And the implication that she did something for all women by doing this is the implication, not implicitly, not even implication, let's say explicitly, is saying that it's some sort of charity for women. It is not, and it's never been like that. We are not like that in the CrossFit space. And this is just more woke journalism. Congratulations, Lauren. I'm sorry that it's tainted. Your party is tainted by such biased and propagandic reporting. Some of you aren't going to see this. You're not going to think it's a big deal, but it is what has seeped into our culture. Also, because of where we are at in our culture, it begs the question also, did she get the job because she's a woman? Did she get the job because of she likes other women? All of that stuff. But I know Lauren. We all know Lauren. We know she's eminently capable. She did a fantastic job, and congratulations to her. Moving down the line of news, speaking of genitalia and who's the reasons to do things based on genitalia, USA Weightlifting is committed to providing all members with the security of knowing their demographic information will remain confidential to the best of our abilities. All USA Weightlifting staff and LWC officers are required to complete the safe sport training, which includes education regarding confidentiality and respect the privacy of members. While your membership data will never be shared publicly, the following groups will have access to your membership profile, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's where it gets crazy. What is your LGBTQI plus selection? Check all that apply. They're asking people who they bang. USA Weightlifting is asking, do you bang just people of the same sex, of both sexes? Why does USA Weightlifting care whose genitalia you want to fondle relative to your own genitalia? I'm sincerely open to knowing if there's an answer to this. Does it have to do with the kind of singlet you wear, or bizarro world? USA Weightlifting. I hope that they have some rational explanation to this, or they just haven't been overtaken by perverts, pedophiles, and deviants. Those of you social media, obviously the access, when I say social media, I mean giving the world access to you and you access to the world, has been a topic that has been prevalent in the news everywhere. And CrossFit is not is not alone in this, but we are starting to have examples where young athletes and old athletes have been overwhelmed by the connection with the outside world. And I thought that this was relevant. This is an Instagram account called Scrolling to Death.
Another young teenager to social media harms. Mia Janin was a 14-year-old girl living in Northwest London with her family. Her and her friends found out that more than 60 young boys in their school had created a Snapchat group where they were sending around AI-generated nude images of the young teen girls. The bullying and embarrassment was too much for Mia, and she took her own life. Teenagers use Snapchat to send around inappropriate and harassing messages because the snaps disappear. This feature is causing huge problems for kids and their parents, and even law enforcement in tracking down criminals. Another one of the many reasons to say no to Snapchat.
Remember, If you're a parent to a young athlete who's getting a lot of attention, or a parent to just a parent, remember, when you give a kid a phone, you're giving access, the whole world access to your child, and your child access to the entire world. And we have seen examples in the CrossFit community of young people who have been head fucked by social media. In Super Bowl news, Mr. Pfizer bumping into old man Andy Reid, a horrible example of sportsmanship. I wonder, I also, looks like Andy might be hiding 150 pounds under that shirt. That might be a quadruple XL. You can see, this is what it look. He almost seems feeble when Travis Kelce bumps him.
After the fumble.
Inappropriate. Not a way to bump into anyone of that age. Your coach, he has to be pulled away by another player. A horrible example. Maybe the booster has damaged his psyche. Wild rumors are spreading about our very own senior analyst, John Young. Is John juicing? That is the question. Here, he snatches 305 pounds in the morning and then runs a 10K. He's feeling pretty good about the day. Will we see John getting drug tested soon by CrossFit? Will we see him in the semifinals soon? 305-pound snatch, that's no joke. 3 beautiful women watch him as he shows off for his gym. John Young, senior analyst. John Young, we will be talking about John Young again later in the news. Soccer player. An Indonesian soccer player was killed after being struck by lightning during a soccer match Saturday. The 35-year-old footballer was walking on the field when a bolt of lightning struck him at 4:20 p.m. It's not the first time a soccer player has been struck down by lightning. I want to say it's the second time in the last 4 years. There's a video of it. This is probably going to get me in trouble showing this. Tostada. He died. He did not survive the attack. I don't know what causes lightning to strike people. A tragedy. I'm also surprised that you can be 35 years old and be playing professional soccer. Shows how little I know about the sport. Finally, Cold Mertens, Justin Medeiros, 24.2. The announcement. Where's it going to take place? Rumors say it's going to happen in Justin's own home gym. Those rumors are not validated, but supposedly there was a story that Justin Medeiros posted where he was getting a lot of new Rogue equipment sent to his gym, thus causing the Illuminati to speculate that it was going to happen at his gym. We all know Colton Mertens is going to win. We all know that. Colton shows up for game time. He's not going to lose to Justin. There are also rumors that there's bad blood between the two. It would be great to get the backstory on that. After Colton puts the spanking on Medeiros, he will head over to Charlotte, where he will face off against Taylor Self. Last year's Open, Jeffrey Adler first place, Tola Moraquinho second place, and Colton Mertens third place. Is Colton even beatable in the Open? That is the question. That's exciting. 24.2, he'll be with Justin Medeiros. 24.3, he'll be on the Sevan podcast for the Born Primitive Open against Taylor Self live. And I suspect that will be the biggest watched live event in the CrossFit space for the year. An incredible series with so many views. I can't even believe it. This is yesterday's podcast with Andrew Hiller and Athena, an endearing relationship. It's 3,700 views in this podcast. It looks like it's a weekly thing they're doing. The numbers on it are fantastic. Athena is working with Coach Andrew Hiller. We know Hiller as YouTuber Andrew Hiller, but here he's working with Athena in a fitness journey. I believe she's going to be, the plan is to take 100 pounds off of Athena in the next year. As we reported a couple shows ago, she's already lost like 25 pounds in 30 days. I was listening to the podcast today, and this part hit me. This part really resonated with me, and it made me understand why there are so many people tuning into this journey. First of all, it's a very there was a zoo in Kenya. Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but in India there was a tsunami many years ago, 10 or 15, 20 years ago. And there was I can't remember if it was the tortoise or the hippo, but there was this giant tortoise or this hippo, I can't remember, that in Indonesia in the tsunami the zoo got destroyed, and so they had to move it somewhere. So they moved it to this Kenyan zoo. And this hippo and this giant old ass tortoise became friends, and they lived in this area together. And that's, it kind of reminds me of this relationship. Just two people, two entities that I would never have imagined. A juiced up Hiller and Athena, of the CEO of Scaled Nation, the Scaled Nation seminar, coming together, and it's just such a beautiful relationship. But this part really resonated with me. Here we go.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, one of the two.
And you got me a little bit caught up in that. I was like, wait a minute. One of our goals was to make sure that you aren't feeling hungry. This entire piece is going to lead really well into our longer piece. But when you say that, tell me what that means. I'm as hungry as a horse.
Like if I don't get food fast, I'm going to start going for nuts.
Okay.
That's me. That's me. 9 o'clock at night. Open up a box and just start eating nuts. Eat a pound of cashews. Eat a pound of whatever. Just nuts. Just eat nuts. Nuts and dried fruit. Nuts and dried fruit. Athena got the same issue that I got. And I find it fascinating that Andrew says that I thought the goal was just so that you wouldn't feel hungry. It's going to be these podcasts are just gold of examining the weight loss journey. They are so intimate and so vulnerable. This is just fantastic stuff. Give it a listen yourself. I find it also fascinating too that Andrew wants Athena not to be hungry, when just the other day Taylor was like, hey, if you want to lose weight, Taylor Self was telling me, if you want to lose weight, you're gonna have to be hungry sometimes. And you're gaining weight when you're full all the time. So great show. Hiller Fit, showing that he's multifaceted and can touch anywhere in the fitness community: weight loss, steroids, gossip, games, movement standards, fun, competitions. He's done it all, man. He leaves no stone unturned. And finally, Friday night, the largest expose in the history of the Tia Laura boom battle that's ensuing, that's coming. Tia put the smackdown on Laura at the 2022 games. Laura wins the 2023 games. They meet at Rogue, and Laura puts the smackdown on Tia. But we know Tia wasn't 100%. Now they're going to meet at the games. Get with the programming. Friday night. Let's give this a thumbs up. Chase Ingram. Bill Grunler. Chase, the most, probably one of the most decorated, if not the most decorated commentator in the history of CrossFit, announcing. Bill Grunler, one of the longest owner affiliates, and can beat anyone up in the entire media space. Toughest guy in the media space. But they'll be joined by senior Sevan podcast greatest analyst in the sport, John Young, the funniest pleasant man and CEO of Heat One app, Tyler Watkins, and the greatest coach in the CrossFit space, as crowned by Andrew Hiller himself, J.R. Howell. That will be Friday night. Great new show. Love you guys. See you soon.